back at you with another little in-car vlog type video. So a few weeks ago, I think it was about a week ago now, maybe two, I put out a video, 10 things that I love about my G35. And although I absolutely love this car, wouldn't trade it really for anything else, I have to say there are a few things that I hate or would definitely change. So we're just gonna run through that little list here. Gotta get our little tunnel runs in there. So basically, a few of the things that I dislike about my G35, definitely not the sound, but some of the things are, first and foremost, I have to say the old GPS. Now, not all of the G35s of this year, mine being an 04, came with the GPS option, but the ones that did, the GPS is just real old school, man. Now, maybe in 04, it was something, you know, it was pretty high tech and stuff like that. But now, being 2016, when I'm making this video, as you guys can imagine, the system's a little bit outdated. So that's gonna be number one. Now, number two, this is just kind of because I had this option in my Altima, which is the vehicle that I owned before this. No folding rear seats. Now, there is a ski pass-through where you can open a little door, maybe about this big, send a set of skis through there. But as far as the whole, like, I think I was a 40-60 split in the Altima, where you could fold down both seats, and you know, you could put a whole bunch of stuff even on the folded down seat and stuff coming through the trunk, which unfortunately this car doesn't have that option. Now, it does have like a reclining rear seat, which might be cool for people that are sitting back there when they're sitting back there, but unfortunately doesn't allow the seats to fold down. So that's number two. Now, number three, I have to say the heater and radio buttons are just terrible. Now, in my 10 things I like video, I said that I really love the radio in this car. Now, that is the sound quality. Unfortunately, the buttons and stuff like that, there's really no dials. Like in the Altima, I had like dials that I could change the volume, heat, everything in this car is done by button. Oh, hold on, we got another tunnel coming up here. Woo, love that. So yeah, unfortunately, everything in this car, let's say I want to change the volume, it's a button. I have to press the button like 20 times to get it down like 20 volume levels. What else? Let's go this way. Also, like, to change the temperature, same thing. There's no dial. So to change the fan speed and the temperature, it's a button. I gotta keep going like this. So that kind of sucks. Not a deal breaker, obviously, but just kind of a bummer. So on to, what is that, 3? On to number 4 now has definitely got to be the rattles and just the squeaks and rattles that this car has. Now, because it is a luxury brand of Nissan, it's to be expected that there's gonna be some, you know, some Nissan problems. Now, it seems like every single time that I get in this car, there's a different squeak, a different rattle, a different noise coming from somewhere, and you know, they come and go. Unfortunately, it's not something that stays all the time, but it is, you know, just something that you notice every time that you drive the car. There's always something that's, like I say, squeaking or rattling, so that kind of sucks. But I mean, you know, like, I've learned to deal with it. At first, when I first got the car and I didn't have the exhaust and everything was really silent, you know, each little rattle kind of bugged me. But now that things are a little bit louder, doesn't really bug me as much. So that brings us on to the next thing, which is number 5, and that kind of the similar build quality has got to be the Nissan Paint. Now, for this car, the clear coat is pretty hazy in certain spots. Like, I can shine it up and wipe it down and make it look good, but the clear coat still pretty hazy, so that kind of sucks. And I did have the Altima, which I mentioned in the 10 things I hate about the Altima, which was, you know, the paint quality for the time just kind of sucks. So you get, you know, rock chips here and there, and just the overall, I found that the clear coat, it fades a little bit. So you know, that's to be expected, I guess, with a car that's what, 13 years old here, 12 years old. So, you know, but that's one thing that I dislike. So brings us on to number 6, which has to be this really pisses me off, man. And I just, you know, this happened to me the other day, losing change in between these seats. Now let's say that you lose a couple like loonies, toonies in between these seats, you might as well just count that as a full out loss, because you're gonna have a hard time squeezing your hand in between the seats here. Even reaching it from the front or the back is like, it's so difficult. My hand is, personally my hand is too big to fit inside of those little areas. So, you know, definitely a big piss off, because I dropped a pocket full of change down that seat one day, and I was trying to get my car wash. Well, I was at the coin op car wash, so I was trying to wash the car and stuff like that. And you know, the oh, we got a nice 300. Dope. So yeah, that's definitely a big peeve. If you're losing anything in between these seats, I hope it's nothing valuable, because chances are you're probably not going to see it again. So that's a big pain in the ass. And that brings us on to, what are we here? Number 6, I believe. 5, 6, 7, I guess. Number 7. Yeah, this is number 7. And that has to be the lack of storage, or not so much lack of storage, just the lack of size and storage. Now I know that the G35 is a sports car and it's not really a family car like the Altima, but I have to say, every single compartment in this vehicle is so small compared to the Altima. And I know the Altima, it was more geared towards having a family in it, but man, every container, like we have this little thing here, it has to be a third of the size of the one that I had in the Altima. Now I do have the GPS, so there is a DVD player where there would be a storage under the glove box, so I'm missing that extra storage. But just overall, the storage compartments I find very small, and I was actually having a hard time fitting everything that I had in the Altima storage compartments into this car. But you know, I made it work. So I had to add that to the list, just because, you know, it's one of the things that I dislike. Which brings us to number 8, and that has to be no fog lights. Now for this particular model, being an 04, I believe the 03 to 06s didn't have fog lights. Now you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know for sure that the 03 and 04 definitely didn't have fog lights. So that I really dislike, because in the Altima I had the deep blue in the headlights, and then I had the yellow fog lights. So when the two of them were separated, it really had like a nice contrast, I thought anyways. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping to get the same, like yellow at the bottom, blue at the top, but this car doesn't have any fog lights, which actually they integrated the fog lights into the daytime running lights. But like I said, because I wanted to separate the colors blue and yellow on the top and bottom, when they're mixed together coming out of the same headlight, it just doesn't look that good. So yeah, no lower fog lights, I guess you could say, which kind of bumps me out. And that brings us, I guess, to number 9. We're almost wrapping this up here, and that is that the car definitely needs more power. Now the VQ35, quite a powerful, peppy engine from the factory, but if you are looking for more power, it's very hard to get. Now there's a lot of bolt-ons that you can do for these cars, but you're looking to spend like $300-400 bucks for like 5 to 10 horsepower here and there. So by the time you add it up, you're gonna spend a lot of money to make this thing go fast, which kind of sucks. Like the aftermarket, lots of aftermarket parts, but I mean, the go fast parts are definitely going to be a turbo and a supercharger, and everything else really is just going to inch you up little by little. Really not going to give you any major power gains. So definitely the 260 horsepower out of the box is, you know, fun for a little bit, but I gotta say the car could definitely use a little more power, and you know, I guess you could say I should have bought a G37. But that brings us to the last and final thing. Now, this also specific to the 03, 04 models of this specific vehicle, which is the G35. Now, the FX35s, which is the crossover model FX, and then I think there's the QX. They keep changing the names on us, but the SUV model with this same engine honestly has this same problem too, and that is the black lower plastic trim that is a different color from the actual body of the car. Now, like I say, the FX35s, I was at a dealership, an Infiniti dealership not long ago, and all of the FXs from like 2003 to like 2013 all have this ugly ass gray piece of plastic at the bottom, which my G35 has, and I just don't like it. I don't know why the hell they couldn't have color matched that bottom plastic piece to match the rest of the car, which they ended up doing in 05 and 06, and all of the G37s were color matched. So I really dislike that. Now, I did spray the front lower gray plastic piece with some gray black plasti dip, which kind of made it look a little bit better, a little bit closer to the body color, but still doesn't have that gloss. I didn't do the side yet, which I think I am going to do, just because, like I say, I really dislike that mismatched color. I just think that it looks ugly. So that's definitely something that I don't like. And I guess that wraps up our 10 things that I dislike or would change about my G35. Now, of all of those things, these are all things that I actually figured out after I bought the car. Of all of the things that I named, definitely no deal breakers. Nothing that's gonna make me want to sell this car. Nothing that's gonna make me want to trade it in for something else. These are all things that I just, you know, kind of had to learn to live with. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. I just thought that I'd put in my 2 cents. Hopefully there's not too much wind coming up here, because I don't know, I've been driving with the windows open this whole time. So yeah, we're gonna call this one a video. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you have any kind of requests for any type of video about the G35, or even a review or something, let me know down in the comments section your suggestion. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, because we are gonna have all types of videos like this coming out in the near future. So yeah, that's about it, man. So I just want to say once again, thank you guys for watching. As always, love the support, and yeah, wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, man. So I don't know, that's about it. I'm your boy D Nally, aka Don Squally. We signing out, man. Smell some pizza in there. About to go get me a slice of pizza.